Now, if you're a little afraid of starting a product, creating a business, and selling it on Amazon, do not fret. There are 7 mindful habits that I believe you should incorporate when thinking about your business plan. And if you're a little afraid, considering how 2020 has gone, to invest in something, there are little things that you should be aware of that you're telling yourself, that you're believing, that is not going to serve you if you want to start getting your product out there. Now, I do have 7 habits that I've learned from podcasts, YouTube videos, from personal experience, and from others in the space. But even if 1 or 2 of these resonate with you, that would be incredible. It hopefully gives you an uplifting attitude and motivation to go out there and start your product. If you're liking this type of content and you're looking for a little bit of accountability or that push in the right direction, hit that like button below, and don't forget to subscribe so I can make more videos like this and hopefully be an accountability buddy for you. Habit number 1 is to lean into fear. And that might sound pretty obvious, but if you think back at those fearful moments that you've had, a lot of the times that convinces you to not start something or not to pursue something that deep down you're actually passionate about. But if you lean into the fear and recognize why that is happening, why there's a fear surrounding launching a product or to invest in something like that, that you don't know what the outcome will be, it's because you actually care about that thing. There is something deep down inside of you that you're excited about and that you know that this could be the right thing for you. And that fear, that initial fear, can be something you can capitalize on. Use that as a motivation to prove to yourself that it does seem fearful at first, but it could be because it could be a really great thing. So when you're thinking about fear, break it down. Think, am I experiencing this type of feeling, this fear, because I want this forward experience to be part of my life? And if you look at it that way and break it down, take a deep breath and realize where this fear is coming from, it could be a positive thing versus a negative one, and one that takes you away from the experience overall. So if you know deep down or you see a potential in your product and your business, go for it and lean into that fear. Habit number 2 is to have a information is out there mindset. And that means being resourceful, to use the tools that are provided with us. So Google, your phone is a computer. You can find out any answer to any question that you have, and not only just one answer, but various different perspectives of it, which can be very beneficial for you. The thing is that you shouldn't rely on others to give you an answer. If you're seeking information from someone, and one person particularly, it could lead you askew, but if you take it into your own hands and do your own research, it could be beneficial like no other. So the main thing is, don't wait on others. Don't look for validation from someone else. Do your own research. There are podcasts and YouTube videos like this. There's every sort of different perspective from people of all walks of life that could be so beneficial to you. So we're very lucky to be in this time period. So take advantage of that. Habit number 3 is to trust yourself. And I'm sure this is something you've heard a lot as well, but it could be hard to believe when you're starting something completely new or you don't have experience with. So where can you continue to grow that trust in yourself? And that usually means to take action, to hold yourself accountable, and to also just have that self-belief. Know that you are capable of absolutely everything, and taking into account the last habit of that, you have everything available to you as far as tools to learn from, so you should feel confident moving forward. The main thing is to trust yourself to be consistent, trust yourself to believe that you'll pick yourself up if you fail, and trust yourself the manageability that you can take on, but know what you can take on and not to overload yourself. Take small steps towards the direction you want to head towards. A lot of the time, this does require a little bit of personal development work, and everyone approaches that very differently, but some common things are to give yourself voice memos if you have a sparked idea or someone provided some sort of good advice that you don't want to forget. Journal down your thoughts and ideas so you can reference, and just write things down as they come to you, and this will be very helpful to you to reference back. And even if you don't use the information that you kind of just brain dumped onto a piece of paper, it'll be really cool to look back and see how far you've come. And that's a really big part of trusting yourself as well, that you're trusting to go through this journey with the ups and downs. And if you have something to reference reference back and see how far you've come, it'll give you that boost of confidence and in turn making you feel like you can truly trust yourself. Habit number 4 is don't waste time through rumination. This means that you're not dwelling on worst case scenarios. Think about it as if how you're enjoying that journey yourself, not what anybody else thinks, but if you're enjoying what you're doing. If someone doesn't buy your product, is it really that big of a deal if you actually enjoyed that process? Try to have an ultimate optimistic mindset when going through everything, regardless of you failing or succeeding. All that matters is your journey throughout. So don't waste time on ruminating on negative thoughts. The most important thing is to show up for yourself every day, to continue trusting yourself. Habit number 5 is don't accept results without taking action. And that means to hold yourself accountable and know that whatever work that you put in will be a reflection of what the results will be. Now, it sounds a little bit obvious, but I know there's a little part in us, and this is for everyone, that just kind of hopes that something will happen, that they just think by waiting around something will come up if you believe in it very strongly. But it doesn't always work out that way. Now, there are some lucky ducks out there, but truly you have to put in the work. There's no magic pill for success. It's going to be a direct correlation with what work you put in order to get something out. Life is made up of the actions that we take and not the results that are achieved. So keep that in mind. Habit number 6 is only be in competition with yourself. And this is an ongoing learning thing for me, that it's very difficult to not compare to others, especially in the world of Amazon, where people are having all sorts of success through selling a product on that platform and then sharing it with the world through YouTube videos and things of that nature. But the reality is that you can't compare to everyone that's selling on Amazon. Some people do have a lot of lucky success. Others have worked years and years to truly make a product that is now successful. There's a lot of behind the scenes that we don't see from others. And a lot of the times we just want to put our best parts of ourselves out there that people will see, but it's not the reality. So the most healthy thing that you can do is just don't compare yourself to others. Know what you're doing, trust in what you're doing, and put in the work, and you'll see and achieve the results that are completely correlated with how you're approaching your product. Now, it's not to say that competitivism isn't good. There is a good, healthy dose of that, for example, when you're playing sports. So it is good to have some sort of competition, but don't approach it in an envious way. Look to it as a source of inspiration. And if it gets to a point where you're starting to feel a little envious or you're starting to feel badly about yourself, that's when you should stop looking to that person and do some inner reflection, inner work to see what you're doing and how you feel about the process and what you can do, what you can achieve on your own, and not compare to how others did it. Habit number 7 is to get rid of excuses. 2020 has been an extremely challenging year, but I've learned that you need to take matters into your own hands. And this means that a lot of people have seen that the workforce, corporations, and 9-to-5 jobs can be kind of in a limbo. You don't know what's going to happen with that. A lot of places don't offer work from home opportunities. So businesses that people are creating are booming. Amazon sellers are going up, and it's a great time to take advantage of something, to make a negative of a year turn into a positive for yourself. Now, I know that I might be speaking from a more privileged point of view, and there is a lot of hardship for a lot of people that you're not able to invest in a product to spend that money on that when there's more pressing issues. But if you do have the capability, try to turn a negative into a positive. And remember that success does not drop in your lap. You have to put in the work, and you have to use every other mindset habit that I've mentioned to create a healthy approach to starting a business, to selling on Amazon. I hope these habits are helpful for you. Truly, they have made such a difference in how I approach my business with Vino cards, and I hope it can do the same for you. Now, I do break down step by step on how to actually launch a product. So from the beginning steps to the very end of manufacturing and then sending into the Amazon warehouse, I break it all down for you. So click the video here to learn more about that. Thanks for tuning in.